Hey guys, NCSFan001 here for another one of those weekly trophy list update videos. Today's date is Monday, August 2nd, 2021. So this will have covered the week of July, looks like I gotta pull that up on my calendar, July 26th through August 1st of 2021. So there wasn't a whole lot of progress made this week because other things kept getting in the way, mainly with like boosting sessions and stuff that just didn't happen and just being busy with other stuff in real life. So we didn't earn very many trophies this week. So first and foremost, Battlefield 4, we had a group together for it and the guy bailed randomly, like out of nowhere. So then I went and got a second person, and then they're like, oh, I can only boost at these really weird times of day, despite the fact that I'm a North American time zone. And it's like, that doesn't help. Both of us work during the day, and we can't get on at like 9 in the morning, or whatever the timing was. So that was the second one. Then the third one, he is in a different time zone, apparently, and it's a pretty different time zone, not UK or France or anything. I think he's pretty further over, like maybe he's got to be in like Eastern Europe or something with his time zone. So he is a very different time zone, so I'm not sure if that's going to work out. So far we are 0 for 3 with boosting sessions for this. We haven't been able to find anyone yet, which is fantastic. So yeah, I mean, I don't know what's going to happen with that. I don't know how much longer it's going to take for us to find people, because I think Ghost is about to be really busy. So honestly, I don't know if it's just going to have to get put away for a while and we come back to it later or what, but I guess we'll have to see. Also, as for going back to old games, I think the Borderlands 3 second season pass is on sale for like a semi-decent price. I'm kind of tempted just to sort of bite the bullet and go ahead and pick it up for $19 or whatever it is, which is still way more than it should be for what it is, especially like, why do they think it was a good idea to make a DLC based around Ava, like one of the most hated characters in the franchise? Like, whose idea was that over at Gearbox? And then the other one is The Division. I have attempted multiple runs of survival, and I can safely say that you cannot win if you're playing in solo. It's impossible. It's definitely not possible to win in solo unless you're just like get the luckiest run ever. Because even when I had, super high level gear and was making pretty good progress through the dark zone, finding sealed gear caches, I was getting near my antivirals or whatever it is that you need to escape. Got all the way to that, and then guess what happens? A giant group of purple and yellow enemies spawns in front of me and behind me at the same time, because that's the kind of crap that always happens in that game, and it's why I just don't see it being possible solo. You could have a chance if you were in co-op, and if you're in co-op, you get multiple hunters at the end, so I honestly just don't see how it's even doable, or how I'm ever going to actually finish it. So that's why I severely need a carry through it, or else I'm never going to be able to do it, and I have sort of resigned myself to the fact that without a carry, I can't do it, because the game will not be fair to me, pretty much. I mean, I swear I feel like I get really weird issues with it. Like, there have been runs where I feel like the fire barrels aren't even there that are supposed to be there, unless I'm just running through an area where it's completely, where they're completely lacking. But it's weird for me. It does not want me to win or give me any chance of winning, because I've never extracted solo, by the way. I have extracted a handful of times in the past, but they've never been solo. They've always been piggybacking off of other people, and usually other groups back when the game was more populated. So honestly, I don't think it's doable solo. Not anymore. At least they've changed something in it. I don't know, but unless I can get a carry through it, I will never be able to get that 100%ed. So anyway, let's get on to the actual trophies I earned this past week. We have Tic Tac Letters by Palgi, a nice little double Palgi Platinum this past week. We have the PS4 and PS Vita versions, of course the North American versions at that. So the Platinum Trophy is very easy. It takes 30 minutes to an hour for most players. I think a few people have done it faster, but it usually takes around 30 to 60 minutes. So for the Platinum Trophy, you have to read the instructions to the end, which you'll get while solving the very first puzzle in the game, as it's one of the ones that you have to solve for a later trophy. So that's 2 easy trophies right there. Then you solve your first hard puzzle, which you'll get while solving the specifically marked puzzles for the other trophies. For this one, you have to basically just sit there for 60 seconds without doing anything, and you will get that trophy to unlock very easy. This game is basically, you have to place either like 2 different kinds of letters, and you have to place them in specific parts. Like, Each line says how many there can be in that line, but you can never place 3 of them one after another or something like that. But the game is very easy because there's sort of a way that you can abuse the tip section. Well, not really tip, but just like the show me what I did wrong section. Basically, you just mark every single box with the same letter and then hit L1, R1, and it will automatically tell you which ones are incorrect and will blank them out, and you can just refill them in with the other letter. So it's very easy to do that way. You have to use 100 hints, which is just done by spamming triangle on any level. You have to solve a puzzle without making a mistake. You're going to want to do this on one of the beginner levels. Same with without using fix or hint, and for under 60 seconds. You're going to want to do all 3 of these on the beginner level puzzles. That's by far your best chance to get them. If you're just looking at a picture of what the solution is on like PowerPix's guide or something, you'll have no problem. The 60 seconds one, you can just use that sort of spam method, or not really spam, but just like mash the X button or whatever so that you fill up all of the boxes with the same letter, and then just do the show me where I'm wrong, and then refill them in, and you'll easily solve a bunch of those early puzzles in under 60 seconds. So then, of course, you have the specific puzzles you have to solve. There are 22 in the game that you have to do, even though there's 120 overall, and they are X's and O's, T's and A's, B's and G's, F's and M's, B's and O's, which is the inappropriate one, even though I think there is technically a later one that would be better for that. E's and G's, I's and T's, B's and A's, H's and E's, G's and N's, L's and O's, M's and H's, D's and O's, U's and P's, T's and O's, Y's and E's, E's and X's, A's and H's, Y's and R's, C's and U's, F's and U's, which is like where I said that it would make a little bit more sense maybe to have that one trophy, and then P's and I's, which is the very last puzzle in the game. So yeah, just solve those 22 marked puzzles and do those few other miscellaneous trophies. Now I will say that with this game, I had issues with both of them, like technical issues. This one I don't think was the fault of the game. It was some really, really unusual error that I've never gotten before while playing any game. I don't remember what it was. It was something really weird, though. It'll be in the video whenever this one releases with the Platinum Trophies being unlocked. It was some really, really weird issue that was like... I looked it up, and it's like it can't sync trophy progress, or automatically is trying to sync your game progress or something while you're still playing. It's some really weird error I've never seen before. Thankfully, I was able to fix it by just shutting the entire console down, so actually shutting it down, not putting it into rest mode, and turning it back on, and that was able to fix it. But that was just, I've never had that issue before. I've never really even heard of it. So, I mean, it's not really the fault of the game. I think it just happens randomly to random people on random games. But it was definitely a little bit concerning when it happened because I had never seen it before. Because basically I would go try to start reading the instructions, then it would be like, oh, the game was closed because of this error, or you were signed out because of this error. It happened twice, and then I just shut down the whole console, and that fixed it. But yeah, very weird error to get. As for the Vita version, I didn't run into any issue like that, thankfully, but this is another one of those Palkia games where the first trophy did not unlock when it was supposed to. And a lot of the Palkia games on the Vita tend to have that problem for some reason, where the very first trophy for some reason doesn't unlock like it's supposed to. So, like, I read through the instructions, this didn't unlock. I solved a puzzle, which would have been the X's and O's puzzle. I solved that, the trophy for it didn't unlock, and then when I solved the second marked puzzle in the game, the trophies did start unlocking. So I was able to unlock the two that glitched out on me by simply replaying the first puzzle and rereading the instructions. But that was just weird, because that's happened in a number of Palkia games, but usually if the issue persists, you can just close out of the game and jump back into it, or if all else fails, you can simply delete the game and reinstall it if you have to. This is not one of those Palkia games where it's cumulative to where you have to do all the puzzles at any given time. You just have to solve the marked ones for the marked trophies, and once you solve one, if you lose your save data, it doesn't hurt you. So the other version I did in 45 minutes, and this one I did in about 28 minutes. Yeah, that's about 28 minutes. And you can certainly do it a little bit faster than that as well. And then finally, the only other game I made any progress in is Overcooked All You Can Eat. So in this past week, I completed the stories of both Overcooked 1 and 2, as well as discover all the locations and levels in the main game, which is going to come naturally while beating the 2 games. It was a lot of fun to experience these again. They actually changed Overcooked 1 to reflect the system of Overcooked 2. So now it does the larger amounts of points and the tip combos and stuff like that. And that's, I mean, it kind of makes things easier, kind of doesn't. In the end, though, between me playing some stuff solo and me playing some stuff with my girlfriend, we managed to get 3 stars on every single level in Overcooked 2, not counting any DLCs, haven't done the DLCs yet. And we got 3 stars on every single level in Overcooked 1 with the exception of 6-1. I couldn't get 3 stars in that no matter how hard I tried under the new system. So maybe I'll go back to it someday, maybe not, but it doesn't really matter because you hardly have to get 3 stars on anything. The Peckening Rises is a brand new DLC, and it's a fairly big world, so me and her are going to play through that this week at some point. The first level in all World 1s is... It actually includes all the DLCs, so that's going to take a little while. That's another like 11 or 12 levels you have to play just throughout the DLCs. It's not difficult because you just have to complete them and get, at least 1 star, but it is just a thing that's there. You have to throw 100 ingredients into a cooking pot, which is going to come naturally, most likely, while playing through Overcooked 2. I have not yet done any of the versus mode stuff. I'll get around to that this week because I should be able to finish the platinum this week. I don't know why I wouldn't unless I just don't have time to play. An extra trimming world, these are the DLC worlds. Complete any DLC world and you will get this, or you can also just unlock it by only beating the Ever Peckening or Peckish Rises campaign, whatever it's called. So then complete the tutorials for both Overcooked 1 and 2. I already had some of these other trophies done. Use every emote, you just hit the triangle button at the end of the level and select the different emotes, very easy. You have to run over 10 unbread on the menu screen for Overcooked 2, or just run over the same unbread 10 times, also works. Then you have to complete a Cosmic Kitchen level, which is toward the end of the first Overcooked, World 5-1, I believe, is where you can get this. Complete a kitchen in a balloon, which is during World 1 of Overcooked 2. The Mines, I believe, is World 4 of Overcooked 2, but it's sometime in Overcooked 2. Then you have to be playing... This game has a lot of character-specific trophies in it, which is a little bit unexpected. But one of them is for going through a teleporter while playing as the raccoon, which is the raccoon that's in the wheelchair. Then you have to have 10 kitchen tiles on fire at once, which should come naturally on one of these balloon levels where there's the automatic fire things that shoot out. You have to respawn a total of 10 times by falling off the map and respawning. There's pretty much no way you're going to miss out on that by the time you finish everything. You have to deliver the wrong dish 10 times, so just deliver an incorrect meal 10 times. It's very easy to grind out on pretty much any level. Now, like I said, I haven't touched versus mode yet. I will get around to it eventually. Put 99 items in a bin, aka garbage can. Just throw 99 items in or just place them in. You can do that while you're working on your versus and arcade mode trophies. The flamethrower, I believe, is somewhere in one of the DLCs for Overcooked 1, and I believe it's only in the DLC. So that one may take just a little bit more work to get to. You have to finish 15 rounds of arcade mode, which I still say is the most pointless part of this trophy list, because arcade mode, it doesn't really do anything. It just throws you into a random level in the game, and that's all it does, and then you just have to play it. So it's just sort of like selecting a random level. There's not really much of a point of the arcade mode. And then we get to a bunch of the multiplayer trophies, because there are a good bit of multiplayer trophies in this game. You have to play and complete a level when all 4 chefs are wearing glasses. You have to... Oh, this is not one of those. It's just save an ingredient from burning at the last possible second. This should come naturally, but if it doesn't, then just keep letting things basically catch on fire and grab them at the last possible second, and hopefully it unlocks. Then you have to play a level from the Campfire DLC with only 4 bear chefs as your characters. So basically, with this trophy, I thought that you had to have all 4 players in the lobby and all of them playing as the box chef and get 3 stars, which could have been tougher, but thankfully you can do it solo. As long as you select the box chef as your character and get 3 stars, you're good to go. I think it's the only 3-star trophy in the entire game. So then you have to play an aquatic level, or play as an aquatic creature on a sushi level, which is very easy. Play a level with 4 reptile chefs, very easy. Play a specific world from Overcooked 1. play a specific level as a werewolf, a ghost, and a vampire. You can have a fourth player in the lobby as well that can be anything. This one was a little bit annoying just because of the way the controls work if you're playing on 2 controllers. Because what you can do with this game is you can actually split your controllers down the middle, so each controller can be used for 2 players. So you actually only need 2 controllers to get all the multiplayer trophies for this game, or you can obviously do them online with other people if you wish. Or if you have 4 controllers and want to do it that way, you can. This one was a little bit annoying because you have to throw a total of 15 times between the 4 chefs. It has to hit all 4 chefs, so you have to just like throw in a circle between them. And it's a little bit buggy at times because they don't always catch it when they probably should. So then you have to throw 5 tomatoes at another player. I don't think they have to catch it. I think you just have to throw it at like the back of their head. You have to play level 2-2 using the rat chef for all 4 characters because that's the level where the rats come in and steal your food. You have to beat a level where 3 characters are, well, where 3 players are 1 character, 1 chef, and then the 4th player is a different chef. So, like I said, a bunch of multiplayer trophies for some reason. Push someone off a level. I'm surprised it took me so long to get that one. And pet Kevel, or Kevin, whatever you wish to call him, in both Overcooked. So we're nearly done with this game. All I have left is the 15 versus mode games and the Peckening Rises DLC and a few other World 1 levels. So, with that, level 733, 22%, 20,867 total trophies, 523 platinums, 3,106 golds, 5,642 silvers, 11,596 bronzes. So, plans for the upcoming week. I would like to be able to get through the rest of Overcooked All You Can Eat this week. I think I should be able to get through it. It's been a lot of fun so far. Maybe I touch the division if I can get someone out there that will carry me, because like I said, I don't think you can do it solo. I have tried so many times, so many different ways, and something always finds a way to screw me over. So maybe I get a carry, maybe I don't. If I don't get a carry, I'm probably just going to give up on the game because I really just can't do it. Battlefield 4, I might need to make another boosting session because, I mean, this is now, 3 people we've had that basically not necessarily bailed on us, but just one of them did bail on us, but the other 2 just didn't work out with the time zones or the times they could play. So that's kind of unfortunate because I wanted to really work on this because we can knock out a lot of the trophies in just a few days. I mean, the main time-consuming stuff is the 10 hours in a couple of the DLCs for assignments, but that's really the only really time-consuming stuff you have to do in the game. I mean, a lot of the grinding can take a while, but you can at least boost it, and you can do everything with 4 people in this one. So it's not that bad. It's just going to be kind of time-consuming. So we'll see if we get to work on that. Otherwise, I'm sure I'll get a couple of easy platinums this week as I slowly work my way up to that 550, so I can do Battlefield 5 for number 550. And that is all my plans for this upcoming week. So as for other videos and streams and stuff, I think the schedule should be relatively normal this week. I don't really think anything's going to be coming up this week to worry about. So probably 2 streams later in the week, a lot of videos throughout the week. I've got a couple of recipe videos I've recently filmed. I got a couple more Aruba vlogs to go up. Got like other random videos with like Lizard Guy that I want to upload from when I was hanging out with him a couple months ago that I just still haven't gotten around to editing. But we shall have to see. So, hope you guys enjoyed the video. Please like, favorite, share, comment, subscribe, and ring the bell if you haven't already. And I will see you guys for the next video.